Greetings, I'm Barrett, and welcome to Meet Me at the Table. We are continuing our playthrough of Sword and Sorcery by Ares Games. In the last video, we managed to make it through the town square, where, sadly, Croghan got poisoned. But we are continuing, and we've made it to the Cathedral door. Will our brave adventurers be able to save Claudius, or after breaking down the door, will it be too late? To find out, I need you to meet me at the table.
Hello, good morning. Open up your eyes. Hello, good morning. The magic's still inside. Never loved you more than I do now. Living in a sentimental city, right next to an evil town. Hello, good morning.
With Croghan being so wounded, I have decided that we're going to start with our bard. He's going to go ahead and open this door, which is going to then reveal... Oh, wait, I got to take a trap card. Whenever you open a door or a chest or anything else that happens in the story that tells you to, you have to take a trap card. So we're going to take our trap card, and it says... No trap! Oh, this is amazing. All right, here we go. No trap again. I can't believe it. Well, our guys are getting so lucky. All right, we're going to discard this. Now we're going to reveal our shadow token. And it is... Oh, 2 enemies. All right, I'm going to put that right here for now so I can remind myself for 2 enemies. We're going to take our discarded enemies and shuffle them up. We're going to put them right back in their little slot over there. And we're going to draw 2 enemies. This one and this one. All right, our first enemy is... Oh, it's a blue gremlin. Oh, it's not even the one that gives us the soul shard either. All right, I'll put that one right here. And our second enemy is... Oh, it's the blue enemy that does give us the soul shard. Oh no, we got 2 blue enemies. Oh, those guys are going to be tough. All right, we're going to draw power for this one. Let's see what he gets. All attacks inflict -1 armor value. And if he rolls a gremlin symbol, he gets an area of effect. Oh, boo. All right, this wasn't even... Well, it's kind of good because our bard does have that area of effect, or not area of effect, his whip. And his whip can attack 1 square, so we don't have to worry about those spines. So we're going to give our blue gremlin scroll to Raoul the Bard. Now, Raoul the Bard has 2 options. One, he can... Well, first off, let's put our guys in here. This blue one with the rock, he's the one that gives out the soul shard. He's going to be right here. He's kind of mad. And here's our other blue gremlin. He's equally mad, and he's going to go right here as well. Now, like I was saying, Raoul the Bard has a couple options. One, he could just whip from here and use his action activity to give himself 1 more hit, which probably isn't a bad idea. Or he could use his Bard's Tale with the ability that, for a chance, he could give all our characters +1 defense. He could give all our characters +1 health because they are really hurting. Or, of course, he could get absolutely nothing and his whole action be for nothing. I think what we're going to do is we're going to go for the automatic that does work. And that's the fact that he is going to use his action activity to give himself 1 more hit. We are going to be attacking this gremlin. I don't want to deal with this negative to armor because our guys all have at least a little bit of armor now. Well, except for Croghan. But the 2 in front do have some armor, so let's at least get to use it. So we're going to attempt to take out this gremlin with our whip. We get 1 attack for focusing our attack, and now we're going to go ahead and whip him. The other reason I think focusing the attack is the best idea is because they do have that -1 hit for slashing weapons, and this is a slashing weapon. So he really just gets his 3 dice. Come on, let's do some good. Oh, we did not do good. We did absolutely terrible. Well, we got 1 hit and 1 lightning bolt. So our lightning bolt does do 1 extra point of damage, but that's not going to be enough. He only did 2 damage to our gremlin. So we're going to put a 2 damage marker on our gremlin, and now it's going to be the monster's turn. So we're going to draw an encounter card, and we're going to hope this encounter card says nobody activates. It says scout, activate 1 enemy, otherwise spawn 1 enemy. Okay, so we're going to activate only 1 enemy. That's fantastic. Rald now gets to choose which one to activate because they're both the same type of enemy. They're both blue gremlins, and he is in control of both of these gremlins. Since it only says to activate one, he can choose which one. I'm going to choose, I don't know, how about this guy? The guy without the rock that doesn't do AoE and does not also get rid of all my defense. All right, so he's going to move up and he's going to make his attack. Now, according to his AI card, it is because he can move 1, 2, or 3 squares and attack, move to engage and attack with claws. And he will attack the richest person, and that is Rald, our bard. So our gremlins are going to attack with 2 red dice against claws. And now they looked at it, I totally forgot that all blue gremlins get rid of 1 armor value. So it didn't matter if the other one attacked. We only have 1 armor value amongst our group. All right, 2 attacks. A sword and sorcery symbol, that's kind of cool to see. And a hit and a lightning bolt. Well, sadly, this doesn't do anything, which is fantastic. And 1 hit and a lightning bolt means that he has to roll 1 blue die with his new magic elven chainmail. Elven plate. So he rolls 1 blue die. He can normally roll 3. Now, if he gets a star, he does get 1 extra defense. So come on, blue die. Oh, and he got a star. So that means he does block this. He takes no damage from that attack. I forgot that after Rald finished his turn, he should have flipped his bookmark. Thorgar is going to activate next. He is going to use his heal wounds ability first because he really needs to heal himself. He's going to heal himself 2 HP. So we're going to remove the 2 HP off him. We are then going to set the heal wounds card to a 1. Next, he's going to drop his rune. He's going to use his offensive rune. So we're going to place that on the board right back there. And then we're going to set this one to 2. He is now going to crush this enemy. My goal is to actually hit him and hopefully get enough to bash him back here so his spines don't go off. So Thorgar still have his combat ability. So he's going to go ahead and roll. He used his action ability to heal himself. So all he has is his battle hammer. Come on, battle hammer. Oh, battle hammer of boo is what that was. Look at these 2 sword and sorcery symbols. That doesn't do me any good. All right, we got 1, 2, and because of his rune, 3, 4. We were able to kill the gremlin. The problem is his spikes are still going to go off on our characters. So the 2 people standing there, Rald and Thorgar, they both get to they only have to roll 1 blue die because they do have 1 armor already. So it does block 1 of the spines automatically. This is Thorgar. And Thorgar has failed. He is going to take 1 damage. And now we're going to do Rald. Rald defended. All right, so Thorgar is the only one that's going to take 1 damage. So Thorgar does have his 2 exhausted abilities, and he is going to take 1 damage. Also, that is going to be the end of his turn, so he's going to go ahead and flip his bookmark over. Now let's go back to the board and actually kill off that gremlin. All right, we're going to go ahead and kill off our blue gremlin. He's going to go right back up there with the rest of his friends. We're then going to drop 10 crowns on the board. Now, as a free action, he could pick up these crowns, but the way his luck's been going lately, he's almost died. He doesn't want anything to do with money. He doesn't want to be the richest person on the board, so he's not going to pick that up. He's going to let some other poor soul pick this up and get attacked. With his activation being done, we're going to go ahead and grab an encounter card. And our encounter card says, Master Assault. Activate all purple enemies, otherwise activate all highest rank enemies. All right, so that's going to be our blue enemy. And since I brought the rest of the discard deck down there, I'm going to put our entire encounter discard deck right here so we have it where we can see it. There it is. It's right there. So again, following the laws of the scroll, we have to move to engage with claws. And he's going to move 1 square towards the core. He could move up to 3, but he's going to move here and attack Rald again. So our blue gremlin is going to roll 2 red dice against Rald. And he got, oh no, a gremlin symbol. That's that one that allows him to do area of effect attacks. And then 1 hit and a lightning bolt. Now this is a great time to use our charming voice. Once per round, re-roll any hit or defense dice of target enemy. So we are going to roll this gremlin symbol again. I think it's the first time I've ever re-rolled a gremlin symbol. And we roll into a hit. I know that's terrible. He did get hit twice, but it is way better than hitting both our characters. All right. Or is it? Both our characters only got hit for 1. Oh, too late. All right. So maybe I shouldn't have done that. Okay, so he's going to get hit for 2. And Raul does not get to use his armor because of not only does the Blue Gremlin himself ignore 1 armor value, but he's also got that sonic weapon that also ignores 1 armor weapon. So he just gets his 2 dice. And he rolled a defense and a hit, so he does get hit for 1 damage. All right. So Raul does get hit for 1 damage. We're going to go ahead and put that right here. And also, our Blue Gremlin is going to be able to use his Thief ability. It says if claws attack deal damage, discard a random coin from the target hero inventory or empty from the target's area. So it discards a random coin. All right, I can't get much more random than flipping this. If he lands on a 2, we're going to take the 10 out. And if he lands on the 1, we're going to take the 5 out. All right, a 2. All right, so we're going to lose our 10 coin. Croghan is going to move on in. He's our only person left, and he is just absolutely going to splatter this guy into next week. Oh, I forgot, when he attacked, he was supposed to get a dominating, because we were dominating the area at the time of his attack. He should have got 1 more hit, but it didn't matter. We still totally destroyed this gremlin. Speaking of which, let's discard that card. We'll put it over here. Now, Croghan is going to go ahead and slaughter this guy. He might as well use his action to focus because he doesn't have any other actions to really do. So Croghan has a neat new weapon called his Battle Sword. I'm pretty excited to see this thing fire off. I have a feeling he's about to send this guy into next week. So he gets to roll 3 red dice and do a lot of cool things. So he rolled 2 lightning bolts and a hit and a sword and sorcery symbol, which actually does nothing. All right, so he got 2 hits though. So he's able to do lethal 2 if he wants to, which what this will do is it actually ignores pretty much everything and does 2 damage. Or I could split this up. He could do a critical and re-roll any dice. I think I might actually do that. So he's going to do a critical hit and he's going to re-roll this dice. Oh, and what do you know? He got another hit. So he knocked this guy into next week, like I said. So we're going to draw our critical, which is really just a moot point because this guy's already dead. And it's -1 attack. So this will stay on him and he's going to get -1 attack for as long as he's alive. And we managed to do 1, 2, 3, 4 damage to this guy. But this is a slashing weapon, so it only takes 3. But that's still enough to kill this guy off. So we would normally put this critical hit on him, but he's actually dead. So we're just going to remove all this. We're going to put him in his discard pile, and we're going to put this into another discard pile. And since Croghan wiped him out, he not only gets 1 shard, he gets 2 shards. Now, of course, the sadness. All of these people get hit by that Spines attack. We're going to remove our gremlin. So hopefully they can save and we don't take too much damage. First we have Croghan. He has to roll 2 dice. Come on, Croghan. Oh, he saved 1. All right, that's half the battle. And the star allows him to re-roll 1 defense dice. So we're going to go ahead and re-roll this. Come on, defend. Yeah, he did it. Okay, he got 2 defenses. That's fantastic. Oh, I'm always a little bit worried about this guy because he's always been poisoned. Okay, now we're going to move on to, let's go with Thorgar. Oh, Thorgar got hit. Sadly, I should have gone with our bard. He would have saved. Okay, now it's our bard's turn. And he's got to save as well. Oh, and he got a gremlin symbol. That doesn't save anything. Okay, so the only 2 that actually got hit was our bard and Thorgar. So our bard is going to go to 2 damage. He's not doing so hot, but it'll be okay. Thorgar is also going to have to go to 2. Wow, every time I get him back up a little bit, I get hit. This guy's just having a bad day. I'm probably going to have to heal him again. And last but not least, we've got Croghan. He's going to go ahead and flip his token over because he is done for his actions. This moves us into the event phase, and we're again just going to move our card over to here. Now we're down to 2 cards, which means we only really have 4 turns left. Thorgar is going to go ahead and cool down that ability, refresh this ability, and he's also going to turn his bookmark over. Croghan, that is slowly wasting away to poison, is going to take 1 damage, flip over his bookmark. Oh my goodness. And this time, come on, I need that lightning bolt. Oh, we still don't get the lightning bolt. He's still poisoned. Oh, he's going to be poisoned the whole game. And lastly, Raul is going to go ahead and turn his bookmark over as well. Also during the time phase, after you refresh and cool down all your abilities, you're able to use your soul shards to either resurrect or rank up your characters. I'm going to choose to rank up one of my characters. And before I do that, I do want to mention that you can't rank up past your other characters. For example, Thorgar is rank 2 right now. I can't rank 3 him until our other characters, our Croghan and our Bard, are rank 2. You can't go past your other characters. So we're actually going to rank up our Dreadlord. So we're going to take his dial and turn it to 2. He gets 1 extra hit point, which is kind of key right now because he's dying from this poison. But he does also get an ability, which I'm kind of stuck in I don't really know what to do. The 2 abilities that seem pretty good right now to have are this Vampiric Aura, which each time an enemy within the indicated range dies, you heal 1 HP. Now, that doesn't mean that he has to kill it. It just means that if it dies in the same square he is at level 1, he's able to get 1 HP. Now, the other one, though, is this one, this Mighty Presence. It says, unless KO'd, you count as 2 figures for controlling or dominating an area. Both of these are really, really good, I think. And it's hard to choose which one. So when all is said and done, I think I like this one because we're doing okay when it comes to dominating areas and things. We're all kind of working together and kind of moving together. Is this the right call? We'll find out. I mean, as far as I know, there's not too many enemies left to fight in this quest, but in the future, this could really gain an advantage because he can run in and not worry too much about taking too many hits. Also, I forgot, during our time phase, we have to take our rune and put it back over next to Thorgar. Our first person to activate this time is going to be our Bard. He's going to use his Bard's Tail. I'm really hoping for this heal 1 HP. We really need to heal something. Also, this could also help Thorgar get his power back. So we're going to roll 1 blue die. Come on, something good, something good. Oh, we got a lightning bolt. Oh, which one's that? Oh, that's the one that shifts 1 used power forward 1 time. You know, that's not too bad, but I really was hoping for the star to heal our guys. So we're going to go ahead and flip our Bard's Tail to the 2 side. But on the flip side, we get our offensive rune back for Thorgar. As a free action, he is going to pick up these 10 coins. He just loves to pick up money. And he's going to go ahead and move into here and activate Waypoint 2. And Waypoint 2 will tell us to read from the Book of Secrets 1.11. So Waypoint 2 reads, an ancient marble altar to the 3 gods, Erinys, Inamos, and Muir, they make me say the names again, lays here. As proof of your immortal soul, it starts to radiate a purple light when you touch it. Once per round, the active hero can spend 1 action to heal 1 HP to self. Well, how about that? Okay, so we can heal ourselves here, but we have to spend our action activity. I wish I would have known that. I wouldn't have used my Bard's Tail. I just walked him in there and healed himself. Now I have to debate. Do I move into Story Event 2 or do I wait 1 more turn? We don't have a lot of time left. I think it's best to move in because all our characters can make it in here and actually fight. So we're going to move into here. I believe this is where our main attack, or main bad guy is going to be. So we are going to have Raoul, our Bard, move in and start Story Event 2. And Story Event 2 will again have us move to the Book of Secrets, and we're going to read Story Event 1.2. And Story Event 2 reads, the cathedral's entrance is a battlefield. The bloody floor strewn with bodies of the guardian clerics and the gremlins. Near the sacred altar, High Cleric Claudius is surrounded by gremlins. But before anyone can react, one of the creatures lashes out, driving its claws deep into the old cleric's chest. The light in the eyes of the gremlin is bright and wickedly alive, betraying a malevolent intelligence that marks it as a chief. The heroes cannot do anything but avenge the High Cleric and kill the abomination. So we are now going to place the Red Gremlin in Story Event 2 area. Open the shrine in Waypoint 2 area. If there are more than 3 heroes, spawn 1 enemy in the Story Event area. Also spawn heroes minus enemies in the Waypoint 2 area. Place the Story Event 2 card revealed on top of the event deck. Resume play until the red gremlin dies. Then go to 1.2. Alright, so the first thing we need to do is, apparently I goofed up. This isn't supposed to be here, it's supposed to be down here. According to the text, that totally meant that this was supposed to be here. I apologize for putting it in the wrong spot. It didn't actually affect the playthrough at all, except now we know moving over here we can heal ourselves. But it's only 1 hit point, and I don't think it's going to be that big of a deal. We are going to open this shrine, so if we need to resurrect, we can. We are going to place this card on top of our event deck. We are then going to place our red gremlin with the red little stuff on the spines here, right here. He just got done slaughtering the high priest Claudius. We're not too happy about that, so he's right there. If there are more than 3 heroes, we also spawn one here. There's not. There's only 1, 2, 3. The next thing we're going to do is spawn heroes minus enemies, and that would be 2. So we're going to spawn 2 enemies. We have 2 cards left. I'll bet you can guess what these are. Oh, what do you know? Green gremlins. All right, these green gremlins are going to go here and here. We're going to take our 2 miniatures and we're going to go ahead and spawn them. Where are they going to spawn? I don't see a spawn point here. You're correct. But the storybook does say that they spawn in waypoint 2. Normally, if they were to spawn, they would spawn all the way back up there at the little lightning gate that was back at the city's town center area. So we now have these 3 enemies in this area ready to attack. It's us versus them. Once this guy's dead, the story's over and we can go to the conclusion. Since Rauld was the one who activated our red enemy, he gets this card. Now this guy's a little bit different. He's got his AI up here, which is a lot of move to engage and attack with claws. He's also got this quickness, which is a passive ability, and it says at the end of each enemy turn, if this enemy was not activated by an encounter card, he will activate. He does have that banding 2 instead of banding 1. So it says if enemies control its area, claws inflict +2 hits. Oh, that's going to be terrible. He also has sharp spines. It says if this enemy suffers damage, all heroes in the area suffer 1 HP. Oh, it's not even a hit. You just take damage. And his claws attack does 3 red dice and ignores 1 armor. Oh, man. I don't know how we're going to get out of this guy. All right. He gains this card. And the green card then will go to Thorgar. I quickly thought I'd show you the red gremlin card. He's different from the blue and green in a lot of ways. He's still a dexterity-based creature, but he goes after the ones that are most wounded. The other ones went after the richest people. He gets a power. We'll get to that in a second. He does have the same defensive ability. He gets -1 against slashing weapons. He does get 1 armor. He's our first gremlin that has armor. And he gets to roll 2 blue dice against our attack. Now down here, this is a little bit different as well. The hit points that this character has is based on the number of heroes in the actual story. So it says 2 to 3 is 6, 4 to 5 is 8. So our gremlin's going to have 6 hit points. And when he dies, we get to grab 2 of those little money bag tokens as a reward. And he also gives us 2 soul shards when he dies. So that's the most soul shards we've gotten from any monster. Now, he gets to also grab a power. So we're going to go ahead and look at our enemy power. Our enemy power is Follower. All right, it's a passive ability. It says, when this enemy enters play, spawn 1 enemy in the same area. Oh, no, that's like the worst one we could get. All right, so he's going to have this, and so we're going to have to spawn an enemy. So we're going to take the top enemy off the draw deck, and it is... Oh, blue balls. Where's the blue gremlin? It's only 2 green ones in play already. All right, so this one is the one that gives us 10 crowns. It's not the one that gives us soul shards. So we're going to go put those guys out there. We're going to put the blue gremlin on the board in the same place as the red gremlin. That's where it is. Spawn 1 enemy in the same area. So the same area as the red one. So apparently our red gremlin decided to have a follower. So we're going to go ahead and put him down. I don't know, put him right here. And, oh boy, okay, and then we're just going to put his card here. Let's shift these guys down a little bit. And then we're going to go ahead and put our red gremlin up here. There we go. Okay, I think we're all set there. Well, all right, that's not exactly what I expected because I was hoping just to fight this guy, but nope, he's in the room too. All right, let's just check on Rauld real quick. All right, so I thought we'd look at Rauld one more time before he becomes gremlin food. All right, he's got his whip. I think this is the only thing left we can do. We've already used our action activity during this round to do his Bard's Tale. So really, that is it. He's going to have to go and just hit somebody with his whip. Now, he can attack up to 1 square away. So if I wanted to, I could... wait. Oh, they don't have line of sight from here to here. So I can't actually attack these guys. Okay, so these are the only guys I can attack. I guess we're going to hit this guy with the blue. I know this is the main target here, but if I can at least knock this guy out, at least I'm not being dominated in this square and I'm not going to get wrecked. If I just hit him, I'm not going to do enough damage to kill him. But if I can kill this one, then I'm only being attacked by 1 gremlin. Well, potentially. A green one, I'm not too worried about the green ones more than I am these red and blue ones. All right, Rauld's got his whip. Whoa, I dropped my die. Hopefully that was a bad die. We got to roll like a champ. Come on, man. Oh my gosh, look at this. Oh, this could be okay. This could be okay. He got 1, 2, 3, and a lightning bolt. And a lightning bolt does... And the lightning bolt does 1 extra damage. Plus he's got 1 here, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 damage. And they get to soak up 1 because of the slashing. He loses 1 attack due to their slashing. And so we got him. So we get to go kill this gremlin. Okay, so Rauld was able to take out our blue gremlin. We're going to get rid of him. He's done. Here's 10 coins. Woo, that was so good. Okay, this is going to go in the discard pile, wherever that is. Oh, I don't have one. Well, that's the discard pile now. So now we do have the spines that I have to deal with. So he's got to go roll defense against a 2 attack hit. All right, so he does have his elven armor, so he does automatically soak up 1. And the second one, he defended it. Yes. Okay, let's continue on. All right, Rauld the Bard may have just saved himself. He is going to call himself done. We're going to go ahead, flip his bookmark, and now we're going to draw an encounter card because it is now the enemy's turn. So we're going to go ahead and grab one, and it says, March. Activate 2 enemies, otherwise spawn 2 enemies. Okay, so we do have to activate 2 enemies. So the red one automatically activates because it's the highest enemy. Now the next one would be any one of these 2. And honestly, it really doesn't matter which 2 it is. It's actually, it's going to be terrible either way this goes. He's going to, I guess, move in because he gives a soul shard if we can kill him. Though he's really our main target here. And they're going to go ahead and make their attacks. Our red gremlin is going to 0 to 1 move to attack with claws based on the person that is the most wounded. Well, 0 to 1 is this square or that square. So he's going to be attacking Rauld, which is really sad because he gets to roll 3 red dice. He ignores or he removes the armor value that we got from our elven chain. And on top of that, look at this, banding 2. If enemies control its area, claws attack inflict 2 hits. So he's already got 2 hits against us. So our gremlin's going to roll 3 red dice. Come on, gremlin, don't roll like a champ. Oh, he actually didn't. He did okay. He got 2 hits against us, but now that is still 4 damage coming in against Rauld, which will kill him unless he can save. Rauld only has 3 health left. Now I can use his ability to re-roll 1 die. I think we're going to go ahead and save his ability that he can use during the round to use against the actual red gremlin. Oh, maybe not. Oh, it's hard to decide. I'd hate to roll that double hit. Oh, I don't know what to do. Okay, I think what we're going to do is we're going to take these 2 and we are going to re-roll. Okay, we're going to use his ability to re-roll this dice. Oh, look at that. It got a sword and sorcery symbol. Yes. Okay, so we only got hit for 1. Oh, that was a good use of that power. All right, so we got hit for 1 plus the 2 for the banding 2. So we got hit for 3. So we're going to go ahead and put those over here. He's going to take his 3 defense dice. Now the elven plate does allow him to roll 3 blue dice. But the problem is he doesn't get his actual armor based on the fact that he got rid of it. But if I get any stars, I do get armor. Or I get to a defend. All right, come on. Oh, I got 1 defense. Oh my gosh, look at this. 1 defense. This was a defense. And look at this. I got stars. Oh my goodness, this is so good. All right, so we got 3 defense. That means I didn't get hit by the red gremlin. All right, so our red gremlin managed to miss somehow. I don't know how. Super excited about that. Oh, we still have to do our green gremlin. All right, our green gremlin is going to go ahead and he's going to look. He's at 0, so he's just going to attack with claws. And his claws, oh, thank goodness I get to use my armor. I get to use all the stuff, but there is still banding 1. If enemies control its area, claws attack inflict +1 hit. So he's already at 1 hit, and let's go see what the 2 red dice do. All right, our green gremlin gets 2 red dice. Come on, do as bad as that last guy did. Oh, look at that. Oh, that was a sword and sorcery symbol, and he got a gremlin symbol. He totally missed. Oh, my goodness. Oh, that's so amazing. Okay, so we don't have to worry about that. Well, Rald the Bard is probably one of the luckiest guys I know. All right, our green gremlin also missed. Now on to our next hero's turn. I have to either choose Croghan or I have to choose Thorgar. I think it's going to be Thorgar because he can come down with his rune. Oh, sadly, I want to bash this door down and get this chest, but for how injured our team is, I don't think I have the ability to do that. I think we really have to concentrate on taking this guy out and hopefully getting through the scenario. I think that's the only way. Okay, so we are going to move 1, 2, and as his action, he's going to use his heal wounds, and he is going to heal himself. So we're going to go ahead and get rid of the 2 off of him. We are now going to put our offensive rune down, and we're going to use it as a free action, and we're going to turn this to its 2 slot, not its 4 slot, its 2 slot, and we're going to place our rune right there. Also as a free action, he is going to pick up these 10 coins, just in case. I'd hate to leave him laying there. Now he's going to take his super battle hammer and he's going to hit this green gremlin. I'm planning to have Croghan come in and take this guy out. I just can't, I don't want anybody coming back over here and causing that banding stuff again to happen. So I need to take this guy out in case this guy activates and comes in. So we're going to take him down. So Thorgar is going to roll up his battle hammer. And he got 1, 2, oh yeah. Oh man, this rune is coming so handy. How many times have we gotten these stars with this rune on the board? 1, 2, 3, 4. We've totally destroyed this guy. All right, so we took out our green enemy. We're going to go ahead and put him back in the dead pile. We're going to take our card and put that into the discard pile. And now we're going to be able to gain 1 shard for killing him. That's going to be the end for Thorgar. He's moved, he's done his action activity, and he also did his combat activity. So we're going to go ahead, flip his bookmark, and we're going to go on to the activation of our enemies. So we're going to draw our next encounter card. Our next encounter card says, Dirty Blow. Activate all of these enemies. You want to know what those enemies are? Oh, they're all gremlins. What do you know? Otherwise, activate 1 enemy. So we have to activate all enemies that are dexterity based. Well, guess what? They are both dexterity based. So they're both going to activate. We're going to go ahead and put this in the discard pile. So that means both of these, he's going to move over here and he's going to attack. So it's, the good news is we don't have the banding. Oh, you know what? I think I did that wrong. I attacked, poor Rald took a lot more attacks than he was supposed to. I did that wrong. You're supposed to activate these guys 1 at a time. You're not supposed to do everybody moves in and then attacks. That was my mistake in the last battle we just had with poor Rald. He should have activated. Then our next gremlin should have came in and activated. It shouldn't have been both of them in the room at the same time. That is totally my fault. So I guess, well, the good news is he survived everything. Now, the sad thing is, too bad he's not in this room. He'd be gaining so much health, it's ridiculous. But no, we gave him vampiric powers, and we never got him into the room. All right, so he is going to activate first because he's the highest ranked enemy out there. And I lied. He doesn't actually activate. The reason why is the actual activation order should be whoever, if he has a scroll, that activates first. So the green enemy actually has to activate first because he's under the power of Thorgar. So this one is going to move to attack and move and attack with claws against the richest person, which is going to be Rald, our bard. Now that gremlin does get to attack with 2 red dice for his claws. So we're going to go ahead and roll up those dice. Oh, this time he got 1, 2 hits. Okay, he did hit us twice. Now, Rald is able to take 1 away because of his elven plate mail, but he does have to go ahead and roll 1 defense dice. Come on. Oh, he didn't get his little symbol either. Okay, so he does take 1 damage. Okay, Rald is going to go from 2 damage to 3 damage. He's down to 2 health remaining. And again, our green gremlin is going to use his thief ability. So if I'm going to flip this. A 1 means he loses the 10 coin. The 2 means he loses the 5 coins. Let's see what happens. Oh, it's off. Flying over here. 2, he loses the 5 coin. So we're going to go ahead and discard this. And now we're going to move on to our red gremlin's turn. In the order of activation, I hope that makes sense, and I hope I did it right. From what I gather from the rules, when you go to activate enemies, if it's something like this where you're just activating enemies, the person if you're holding a scroll to an enemy, that one activates first. Then it becomes the highest rank and so forth. So now we're going to activate our red enemy. And so our red gremlin is going to move to engage an attack with claws from 0 to 1. And he is going to attack the person that is the most wounded. And that is going to be Rald our Bard. Rald our Bard is going to get hit for 3 red dice. Come on. Oh my goodness, look at these swords and sorcery symbols again. Oh my gosh, I've never been so happy to see those. All right, he got hit for only 1 damage. Sadly, he can't use his armor against it, so he's going to have to go ahead and save. Oh, and he didn't save. He took another day. He's down to 1 health. So our poor Bard is going to go to 4 health here. Well, there's a 4 on the other side of this. Well, whatever. He's down to 4. If he would not have had his toughness card, he would be dead right now. So we really now need to focus on taking out that red gremlin. Now our last person to activate is going to be Croghan. Last but not least, he's going to come running in here. He's going to move 2 squares. We are now dominating the area. It took a while, but we're dominating. He is going to go ahead and attack this red gremlin. He really wants him dead. So he gets to roll 3 red dice with his super awesome battle sword. Now this sword already is doing 1 damage, and I am going to make him focus his attack. So he's up to 2 hits already, and he gets to roll 3 red dice. So hopefully some of this will happen. So he gets to roll 3 red dice with that big giant battle sword. And he got some good rolls there. All right, he got 1, 2, 3 hits, so he's up to 5 hits right now. Now, of course, our gremlins are pretty resistant to slashing weapons, so he's actually at 4 hits. Now, let's see what these symbols are going to do for us. So these 2 yellow symbols here, those 2 lightning bolts, I could make into lethal 2, which would mean that 2 of my damage would be unblockable, except by magic armor if you have it. It actually, what it does, it skips steps 2 and 4 according to the rules. Step 2 is checking to see if you have armor to remove hits. Step 4 is to roll defense dice against hits. So basically 2 of the hits he can't do anything about if I go that route. The other route is I could give him a critical, and then I could also re-roll a die. I don't see any of these dice I want to re-roll. I think the lethal 2 is the best bet here. So if we add up our hits, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 hits, plus I've got 1 for dominating the area, 1 for focusing my attack, and this sword alone gives 1. So we're at 8 damage right now. He is going to remove 1 because he has resistance to slashing. So we're up to 7 damage, which is pretty darn good. Now he's going to be able to stop 1 of them with his armor, bringing us to 6 damage. So we're actually at enough to kill him right now. But he gets to roll 2 blue dice. Because whether or not I decide to make these 2 lethal, there's still dice left for him to roll that are going to be blue. Which then now I wonder if I should take one of these and just make it a critical. I think that's my best bet. Let's use one of these to be a critical, and we're not going to re-roll any dice. The lethal I don't think is going to make any difference here. So we're going to take our handy-bandy bag of lethal or critical tokens, and we're going to go ahead and hit this guy with something critical. Come on, something good. What's this? He can't use his eyeballs? Oh, I got to look up what that symbol is. Okay, so this means blind. I should have figured that out with the eyeball. All right, so actually we've just blinded the red gremlin. So what that means is he can only do his plus ability on his scroll. So his plus ability states that he can move towards, that's the green one. Let's look at the red one. Move up to 3 squares toward the closest hero. That's his plus ability. So that's the only thing he can do when he's activated next. And then he gets to remove the token. So we're going to go ahead and put this on him, and we're going to go ahead and continue with how much damage we do here. All right, so our critical is done. We're still figuring out damage. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We got, oh my gosh, I got to do math. All right. So we do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We are dominating the area, and we focused our attack. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 damage. All right, we're up to 7. Now he's going to take away a slash, and he's also going to take away 1 for his armor. All right, so our red gremlin gets to roll 2 red defense dice. Let's put these down here so that once we're all done, I can try to add it again. I'm sure I'll get a different number this time because I keep getting different numbers. All right, he did manage to block one of them. So we're going to go ahead and just remove that die. So we are up to, let's figure this out. I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 damage. And he gets to remove 2 of it. So I did 4 damage to him. That's not too bad. We did 4 damage to the red gremlin. All right, so we're going to go ahead and put a 4 damage on our red gremlin. Now there is some real tragic news. When you hit this guy, it does say sharp spines. If this enemy suffers damage, all heroes in its area suffer 1 HP. Remember how many hit points this guy had? Yeah, he had 1. He's going to die, which is not the end of the world. These two are also both going to take 1 damage. And thank you for bearing with my wonderful math on that last attack. It was pretty ridiculous. I kept getting different numbers. So we're going to go take care of all the damage that these guys took. So Thorgar again is going to take 1 damage. Croghan is going to take 1 damage. He's getting dangerously low again. He's down to 3 health. We're also going to flip his bookmark because this is really going to end his turn. And sadly, poor Rald is going to take 1 more health, which is going to kill him. He is now going to become a ghost, which means he's able to do these actions on his card. It says, while in ghost form, you may only use these 3 activities per round, once each in any order. You may not use items or powers. So we can use a soul shout. And it says, when you become a ghost soul, you may immediately move to the same area as a shrine. Oh, well, that's not bad. He might as well take advantage of that. He can also recall or move 5 squares. He'll probably be recalling next turn. So he's going to go ahead and basically, according to this thing, move him straight to a shrine. So we're going to go ahead and move Rald to a shrine, which just happens to be right here, which isn't too bad. So he's going to be right there. He's still in ghost form, though. He's not resurrected yet. Not until the time phase can I choose to resurrect characters. We are now going to go into our enemy's turn, though. So we're going to draw an encounter card. And our encounter card says, Fresh Meat. It says, activate all enemies with full health state. Otherwise, all enemies use their action power. So in full health, that's him. Now, sadly, this guy does have this quickness power, and it says at the end of each enemy turn, if this enemy was not activated, activate it. And he's going to activate by moving up to 3 areas toward the closest hero. Well, he's already next to the closest hero, so we're just going to remove his blind status. And we're going to activate this enemy who's going to attack our richest character, which is going to be Thorgar, because he is going to stay at the 0 area and attack with claws. And the claws are going to do 2 red dice. We're going to go ahead and roll 2 red dice. Oh my goodness, look at that, 2 gremlin symbols. Wow, he's got to roll more dice like that. After totally whiffing, thank you, that was fantastic, we're going to move into the event phase. In the event phase, we're just going to take story event 2 and move it over to that pile. All right, here we go. Croghan again. He's going to get poisoned. Come on, this poison is just killing me. Okay, we're going to go ahead and save this time. He needs a lightning bolt. Oh, he didn't get it again. Oh, this guy's just dying. Okay, well, he failed that. All right, we're going to go ahead and turn his bookmark over, though, so he is all set to go. Thorgar is going to go ahead, flip over his bookmark, cool down that, and refresh his health, or his healing spell. So now, even though Rald is in ghost form, we're going to flip his bookmark. His powers still rotate and cool down and refresh as normal. Now, we can resurrect him. To resurrect him, you have to pay the current soul rank, which is 1. So we are going to pay 1 soul shard to resurrect Rald. He's going to come back at full health. Now, a couple of things I forgot to do is anything that you're carrying drops in the place that you die. Also, if you're above soul rank 1, say he was soul rank 2 and he died, he would go ahead and lose a soul rank when he died. But he was already at soul rank 1, so he doesn't lose anything. He does get to keep his whip. That shouldn't have gone anywhere. He should have his whip and his plate armor, and that's it. His stuff is still slowly refreshing, and he's ready to go. He's at full power. He can go running back in now. We're also going to lose our rune, which now I look at it, almost might have been best to blow this up, but actually it wouldn't have been a good idea. If maybe he would have had only 1 health left, then it would have been a good idea. We're going to put both of these cards, I'm just going to lay them right here. They're actually in this square where he died because he was holding them. We now get to read Waypoint 2, which we already did by mistake over here. It basically, like we read, it's say you're allowed to go over here and heal 1 if you want. Our first person to activate is going to be our Rune Master, Thorgar. He's going to use his heal wounds, and he is going to go ahead and heal Croghan of 2 health. So Croghan is back up to 6 health. We're just going to go 5 and 1 on him. Using his action activity, that's going to go ahead and put that into cooldown. He's now going to use his battle hammer and beat that guy to a pulp. So we're going to go ahead and roll some dice. And we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He got a ton of damage. The gremlin is dead. So we're going to go ahead and remove that gremlin. We're going to drop 5 coins there. And now we're going to move on to our enemy phase. And so we're going to go ahead and draw an encounter card. And it says, Brute Force. Activate all strength enemies. Otherwise, activate 2 enemies. So we don't have 2 enemies to activate, but we do have this guy. He's going to activate. He's going to attack the person that's the most wounded. It's Croghan. Oh, and Croghan gets to heal 1. His vampiric power went off. So we're going to go ahead and heal 1 health. So the red gremlin rolls 3 attack dice. And oh, look at these gremlin symbols again. He only hit 1 time. So we get to try to defend this roll. And he did it! Yes, Croghan did not take any damage from that attack from the red gremlin. And with that, Thorgar is going to go ahead and flip his bookmark, ending his turn. Now I'd like to go over here, bash this door, and open this chest, but I can't bash doors down with it being engaged in combat. So even though we're dominating, we're technically still engaged, so I can't just go ahead and bash this door down. Now, for example, if I had my mighty hammer and was able to bash him back to here, then I could also bash down that door. But as it stands, we're probably not going to be able to get this treasure chest, though I really would like to get it. And since we can't get the treasure, Croghan is going to activate. He's really upset that he can't get the treasure chest, but you know what? He's going to pick up this 5 gold. And since Croghan now has 2 5 pieces on his character, he's going to have to trade them in for a 10 crown piece. He's then going to use his action activity to focus his attack, and he's going to take a swing with his huge battle sword at this red gremlin. So he gets to roll 3 blue dice, and let's see if he can take out this gremlin. He didn't do all that great, but let's see how this all transpires. So with our sword, I'm just going to put that here for now. We're going to try to do math again. Here we go. It didn't go all that great last time. I think I got 4 different equations going. All right, we got 1 hit, 2 hits. We also got 3 for the sword itself, 4 for dominating, and 5 for focusing our attacks. So we're at 5 hits right now. He did get 1 lightning bolt, which allows me to either take a critical or re-roll any hit dice. I think we're going to re-roll this die. Oh, into a gremlin. That was a terrible maneuver. All right, so we hit him for 5. He is also going to be able to absorb 1 because he gets -1 for slashing. He also has an armor, so he ignores 1. So we only hit him 3 times. Our red gremlin here is allowed to roll 2 blue dice when he goes and tries to defend against us. So I'm going to get rid of this gremlin symbol. That was terrible. All right, and now we've got 2 hits. We've hit him. Oh no, here comes my math again. Where were we? We hit him 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, -2. So we've hit him 3 times, but he gets to roll 2 defense dice because that's all he has against our 3 hits. And he did not save. So that is going to be it for our wonderful red gremlin. He's going to take 3 damage. With a mighty swing from our battle sword, we have managed to destroy our red gremlin. He had 4 health, and now he's going to take 3 more, which means he'll have taken 7 health. He only has 6 because we're playing 2 to 3 characters. So we're going to remove him from the board. Upon defeating him, we are going to gain 2 soul shards, which is actually going to be 3 thanks to Croghan. So we're going to go put our 3 soul shards with the rest of them, bringing our soul shard count to 4. We then also get to draw 2 loot bags. So here's our 6 loot bags. I'm going to shake them up a little bit. Hopefully none of them turn over by mistake. We're just move them all around, and now we're going to draw a couple of these. We get to draw 2. Well, I know what one is. Let's roll them and shake them up again. Okay, now I don't know what any of them are. Though somehow I've managed to... Did one disappear? Or am I just kind of... Me and math today are just terrible. All right, so we have 6 of them. So I get to draw 2. So we're going to draw this one, and we're going to draw that one. We're going to see which 2 we get. These are all going to go back into our cup. We got 20 gold and a treasure. Yeah, that's what I was really hoping for. All right, so we get 20 gold and a treasure. So we get 20 gold, and as a free action, he's just going to pick it up. I'm not even sure if I have to use a free action since actually the scenario is complete, or the quest is complete. So we're going to go over here and reach in and grab 1 treasure card, and it says, come on, be something awesome. A Guardian / Exotic Super Sword. Oh, what's this? I kind of wish I wouldn't have bought the super big sword. All right, so a dexterity-based character or a strength-based character can use this. So actually, this can go to our bard. It's able to get 1 extra hit, roll 1 blue and 2, or 1 red and 2 blue dice, and then if you get a star until the next time phase, when defending, you get +1 defense. Oh, what's this? 2 lightning bolts. Perform an extra attack with this weapon against the same enemy. Oh, wow. This is going to be really good. This is definitely going to go to our bard. Sorry, Whip. We're all done with you now. So we're going to go ahead and take this onto our character. And now that our red gremlin has been defeated, let us go to the Book of Secrets and find out what happens at the end. 1.2 had stated that we're supposed to continue playing until we defeat the red gremlin. And when we do, we're supposed to go to 1.12. So this is the ending. It says, with his last breath, High Cleric Claudius tells the tale of the mysterious death of the king. His body appeared strangely light and pale as he lay dead. And to make matters worse, the royal heir has also disappeared, he continues weakly. Darkness invaded these lands. Count Davel and his guards fight in vain, because the evil forces they are facing are not of this world. You are now our only hope. The ritual required the sacrifice of our most precious relic, but here you stand, your souls contained in the gems you carry, bound to the will of the spell. You cannot completely die, but neither shall you be completely free until you defeat this evil. I am ashamed of this coercion, but to save the realm, I chose to curse my soul. The spell of recall will give you back your strength as you kill the evil forces, while guiding you closer and closer to your aim. My life is over now, but I pass away knowing my destiny is accomplished. Now everything depends on you, the cleric Marcus. He will guide you. He will answer your questions. Farewell, heroes. Save this realm. Rewards. The party gains 50 crowns. In addition, each faith-based hero gains 1 healing potion from the Emporium. So that's going to be awesome. So basically it means that Thorgar, our rune master, is going to leave here with a healing potion, and as a party, we gain 50 crowns. And our story journal tells us our next quest is to proceed to Quest 2. And that concludes the prelude of Sword and Sorcery, The Immortal Souls. We were able to defeat our red gremlin. We almost didn't make it. We had a few of our heroes that were really on the verge of death. But they banded together, they worked hard, and they came through. I'll tell you right now, I am not a fan of Poison 1. That poison was out of control. We got some pretty good gear, and now we can continue on into Quest 2 with what we've gathered from this prelude quest. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. This game is fantastic. It's one of my top games that I love to play. There's so many different classes that you can be, and with the whole idea of being able to be lawful or chaotic, it gives a sense of realism to the characters. Each quest is set up really well, and it carries through an entire story, which is lots of fun to read through and play through. The Book of Secrets really adds a lot to the game because you're never going to know exactly what's coming next. So when you reach, for example, that story moment 1, I totally forgot all the things that happen, and there's a whole bunch of stuff. So even though you see the whole board, you don't know what is fully coming until you get to the Book of Secrets. This game has a lot of tactics to it because you need to know who to activate, when to activate them, and how to activate them to be able to get the best result, because these enemies are always going to be coming at you if they're on the board. I think all the mechanics in this game are very strong. I really enjoy this game. I hope this playthrough has helped you decide whether or not Swords and Sorcery is for you. Remember, this game goes on Kickstarter November 5th, 2018. I encourage you all to check it out. Once the link to the Kickstarter appears, I'll make sure to put it in the bottom comments of all of these videos so that you can have a chance of clicking on it. Thank you so much for watching. Again, I really hope you enjoyed it. I had a great time playing this game. Please leave anything in the comments below. The comment section is yours, and I love to answer any questions or any feedback that I receive. And if you enjoyed the video series, also give it a like, give it a subscribe, hit the little bell symbol, and you'll know when my next playthroughs come out. So what does the future hold for Croghan, Thorgar, or Rald? To find out, I need you to meet me at the table.